Welcome back once again. Yo, family, what's good? Hope you're doing very well. Welcome back to the channel where we have seen quite a lot of positive developments for Kaspa today. Those who have been a part, or those who are a part of my free Discord community, you would have seen reposted from Cryptony, a video from Cat Daddy Crypto, where basically it re-highlighted something from Crypto Pump, something that I myself had actually missed, which was some confirmation of sorts from Johnny, seeming to suggest that Binance are intimidated by Kaspa, and what we need to do to generate enough noise is to delete our Binance accounts. We'll get to that in a bit more detail in a moment. If you've not seen the videos, they are available, of course, on their channels, Crypto Pumps, Cat Daddy, and equally they've been linked in my free community to go check it out there as well. But we're going to get into a lot of this stuff in this stream. A lot of other good developments and equally further confirmation about HTX, Huobi Global, who have confirmed their listing Kaspa this month in a little bit of a leak from the HTX official Twitter page. Some other posts here as well, some interesting analysis from big Kaspa whales, and the whole jazz, some to back updates as well, and also something that I found earlier today when scouring through my alpha sources, my premium insights. We've got Grayscale now, also confirming something that we have been talking about in this community for a few months, and what I told my VIPs half a year ago. We are going into extended cycle. So all we need to do right now is just keep DCAing and ride this wave up to the top in 2026. Again, that's the benefit of being part of the VIP. We knew this information ahead of time, so we have been perfectly prepared for this. And all we're doing right now is trying to understand the macroeconomics to find the best times to DCA. Again, you want to find out more about that, links are down below in the description. Join right now, you get a 7-day free trial and all that jazz. That being said, family, welcome back once again to the channel. We have Double D here once more, brother. Welcome back. Wing Hong second. We moon yet? No, not yet, but we have got some reassuring developments taking shape right now. I made a video on my channel, I think a couple hours ago now, which ultimately we're going to build on that again in this stream today. But what is important to note is that Kaspa, as it stands right now, may very well be on track to make a push towards 7 cents by the end of the week, or by next week, or by the next FOMC meeting, hopefully, which would be great. The key question is, can we hold that zone or not? Of course, we'll talk about that more in this stream. Any questions, of course, feel free to ask them. Welcome back, Greg, bro. You're doing very well, brother. And you too, AS, Kaspa to the moon, indeed, in due time. Let's go, moon. Welcome back, Dimitar, bro. You're doing very well. Friend, there is some tables of hair loss. Yeah, I know. Those who saw yesterday, I got accidentally flashed people. I blinded people with my hairline. That's why I got the hat on. But hey ho, is what it is. It's out now. I am unfortunately not a man with a full set of hair, but who knows? Maybe a turkey chip will fix that. End of the year is going to be hectic, and everyone is positioning themselves now. It's Vanguard in 2 weeks. It's going to be, the pieces are moving. Yes. So I agree. The next 2-3 weeks, rest of December is going to be extremely hectic. I didn't go into too much detail, or not too much detail, in the video I posted, and equally I won't go into excessive detail in this live stream. But from my perception, my standing right now, I think we see another week or two of hectic volatility, some more than likely bullish momentum, but then going into the latter half of the year, the last 2 weeks or so of December, I anticipate, of course, not financial advice, but I anticipate we'll probably end up seeing some headwinds, some pullbacks in the market. Of course, time will tell. And again, the reasons for why I explained in a lot more detail. Understand the macroeconomics, broke it all down to my VIPs earlier today. So again, if you want to find out more, level up your trading, your knowledge, your investing information and your skills, then check out the VIP. All links are readily available in the description. Will people sell Bitcoin end of the year for tax loss? That's also a possible development. You may see people trying to sell to, kind of lessen or avoid taxes. So again, you're going to probably see some volatility, some headwinds going year end, going into the beginning of Q1. But I'm sure we'll see a recovery either late Q1, if not maybe a little later. Again, we'll analyze it as we come through it, and giving some insights as time goes on. You look very beautiful today. Thank you very much, Wing Hong. I try. That being said, family, let's get into the content. So as we look at the market chart, Bitcoin now valued at $93,400. Great to see, honestly. We spoke about this in yesterday's stream that when Vanguard launched the ETF, or they approved the launching of Bitcoin ETFs, so Vanguard clients can now get a hold of the ETF filings, which is a big development. We saw Bitcoin rally significantly from 86,000 to 92 before getting rejected at the level of resistance. Now, my anticipation was we had to see, or again, it can go either way, right? If there was not enough volatility, Bitcoin would struggle to break up above 92 and therefore start trading back down towards 87 here. But we can see that evidently Vanguard have continued the momentum. We're seeing the institutional inflows coming in. Bitcoin is rallying, and now we're trading between this zone here. And, again, the zones that we've drawn out are accurate. We can see that Bitcoin rallied just to around that $94,000 upper band of resistance here, and now it's trading in between the support band here. So what we're now hoping for is that by the end of today, or the end of the trading day, which is the next 2.5 hours or so, we should see Bitcoin end within the zone here. If it does, then that means Bitcoin will likely therefore start trading and more than likely move up towards the upper resistance here tomorrow. And then depending on the developments and whatnot, we could hope to see Bitcoin push above that. The whole understanding is you want to see Bitcoin end its trading day above these zones, because that's normally an indication that's going to make a move upwards as well, provided we don't get any anomalies or unforeseen situations like a sudden outbreak in war or headwinds or some Trump headline that's going to cause headwinds in the market. Right now, Bitcoin momentum is back. It's looking great. I believe we'll see that continue going towards rate cuts on Wednesday next week, which is 7 days from now. Or just under 7 days from now, till Jerome Powell addresses this situation. Rate cuts also, I think, about 89% right now, so a good possibility as such. And that's good. That's very, very good. I think the rate cuts will cause further tailwinds. I believe Bitcoin could potentially rally up as high as 100K or up towards 100K in the next week or two, and then we'll see what further developments will affect the markets. We can look at it right now. The SEC chair, Paul Atkins, says the agency has enough authority now to advance crypto regulations without waiting for Congress, and plans to unveil the innovation exemption for digital asset projects within a month. So that means potentially within December this month, we're going to see the SEC provide further clarity towards digital assets, which will therefore mean the institutions who are, as we've showcased documentation about it, and I've told my VIPs about, the biggest catalyst for them are regulatory guidelines. I'm going to actually showcase one. If I scroll down to find it, there was one that was taken, that I took from Signum, which highlighted the biggest hurdle was regulations. How far down do I have to go to find that here? Or did I not post about it? I believe I did. How far back I've got to go? Right here. Yes, here you go. So you can see here from Signum Bank here, digital asset transition from speculation to intelligent diversification, Future Finance Report 2025. One of the pages in there says, what are your primary reasons for not investing in crypto assets? The biggest hurdle is regulatory uncertainty. Again, one of my premium insights, those who are in my VIP, we are aware of what we are waiting for, alongside everything else here as well, and much more information in regards to how the market's going to move, what these institutions and the big money movers are waiting for before they start hedging their bets in crypto. One is regulatory clarity. The SEC, this development here is therefore very, very big news, because that will incentivize more confidence for investors, for institutions, and that will therefore mean you'll see more capital coming in, sending crypto a lot higher as well. Again, and then the macroeconomic conditions are going to cause more headwinds in the latter half of this month going into 2026. But then with the regulatory foundations being laid, you'll start seeing the confidence grow and institutions starting to stack more as well. So that's great from the SEC right there. And we can even hear in this interview here, we're going to play out as well on CNBC. You got the SEC chair, Paul Atkins, right here talking about how we are at the turning point. We're on track to forge forward with crypto and embrace this new era of innovation. So listen here very closely to Paul Atkins.
Looking forward to. Can you do what needs to be done with crypto without legislation? And do you think that can happen before the end of the year?
I'm looking forward to having an innovation exemption that we've been talking about now. We'll be able to get that out in a month or so is what I'm hoping. We were impeded a bit by the government shutdown. Obviously, we couldn't work on things during that time, but we're on track and we will be able to forge forward with the crypto area and make sure that we are able to embrace this new area of innovation that for too long the United States basically has just pushed back against. And so I'm looking forward to having rules that are focused on helping that sector of the economy move forward.
Can you do what needs to be done with
very, very big news there. We cannot complain. And this again is going to be a very, very big positive development, which will in time result in more institutional inflows, sending crypto a lot higher. And that's not the only development we have here as well. Again, we spoke about it just now. Vanguard, of course, are now rallying up their the development. And it's quite funny as well. This is how it started, this is how it's going. Vanguard's CEO stated they will not offer spot Bitcoin ETFs because it does not belong in a long-term portfolio and it's not a store of value. This was, I think, less than a year ago they said this. And now we're here today where the $11 trillion asset manager, number 2 behind BlackRock, Vanguard, insurmountable amount of influence they have. They control effectively every corridor of the world right now. And these people are now allowing their clients to buy not just Bitcoin, ETFs for crypto in general. We can see here, HBAR, Canary Capital HBAR, now Vanguard is offering that alongside Grayscale's Chainlink. So now Chainlink's also on Vanguard. And then 2 XRP ones here with Bitwise and Rex Osprey. And then of course we've seen some Bitcoin ETFs as well. So we're seeing again, Vanguard opening the door to crypto ETFs, which is extremely bullish news. BlackRock started back, they originally filed for Bitcoin ETFs in June of 2023. And then the official filing was approved by the SEC because they were forced to in January of 2024, which is when you saw Bitcoin go from that $40,000 price up to 69.72K before then having that 6-month stagnation. And we can look at it right now, actually. The chart does not lie. We can see right here. BlackRock originally filed for the ETFs for Bitcoin around here or so. And then you saw the gradual run up from that. And then January 2024 around here was when the filing was officially approved by the SEC. And you saw Bitcoin rally up about basically 2xing in value in the next 3 months. Then you saw 6 months of kind of sideways price action before Trump on the election. Then you saw the next leg up. So now you're seeing Vanguard, the number 2 behind BlackRock, doing the same thing, finally flipping the switch and being bullish on crypto, therefore perceiving that Bitcoin is worth being a long-term asset. It must have some element that makes it worthwhile to invest into. That is, again, what we've been waiting for. Another bullish development that could end up resulting in more momentum, more liquidity, a higher price target in the coming weeks. Again, I think Bitcoin has enough developments and catalysts to potentially allow it to regain 100K, or at least try to re-attain 100K in the coming 7 days or so before the FOMC meeting. And then we'll see what happens from then. Of course, again, Japan still causing a lot of headwinds, a lot of uncertainty. They are making significant developments and plan to also hike their rates, which will further impact the global economy. So I do think when that FOMC meeting, or when the Japan Bank of Japan rate cut decisions come through, you might see an inverse move, headwinds pulling it down. But that we'll talk about that more when the time comes. In continuation, OCC, another very, very major institution, agency, player that controls the banks, national banking systems. They have now outlined agency activities to provide a path for banks to embrace new technologies and politicize debanking, modernize supervision, and ensure the long-term relevance of the federal banking system. So again, this is further building onto what we've already spoke about, the SEC. SEC is starting to actively provide more guidelines for crypto. Now the OCC are doing the very same thing. Vanguard are getting more involved. All of this is very, very good news. And it's all, I would like to believe, coinciding to what the CEO of BlackRock stated, that tokenization today is roughly what the internet was in 1996. Long and short of it being is we're early. we're early. We have been early for a while. Many don't believe as such because, well, end of the 4-year cycle, bear cycle coming right now. People are still very skeptical of crypto as a whole. Even those who invest in this market, even those who do their research, are still skeptical about it. But we who do our research, we who do stay here daily learning more, we understand that this market's gone from a speculative asset class to a maturing one that is perceived to solve serious money issues just in regards to speed alone. Speed and cost of transactions. Of course, there are many, many more issues that can be solved. Of course, we know Kaspa can solve them as well. But again, but either way, this is a very, very good development right now. And we know that the dot-com bubble significantly took shape in the 2000s. So where we're at right now is just before this significant explosion in crypto, which is going to happen in the next 4 to 5 years or so, if not a little bit earlier. I think we're going to see some good developments and positive price action next year. And then we'll see where it develops from then as time goes on with the ISM. Hopefully going to start expanding by that point, and the general liquidity worldwide and in America, namely, also expanding as well. So it's reassuring news, great stuff to see, and makes me optimistic for what's to come. Now, as we look back in the market chart, more so go towards Kaspa. We also spoke about Kaspa yesterday. Understandably, because I spoke also about tokenized London XL, the event that I was fortunate enough to attend to. It did go on today as well, but I just decided that I didn't have the ability myself to attend again today. I decided I want to make a video instead, and I'm happy I did. I think the video I created was one that I am proud of, and hopefully provides more clarity in regards to some stuff taking place in Kaspa right now, and the experience and the knowledge and the fun that I had yesterday and the stuff I gained from that. I'm going to make sure to leverage that to bring more content, hopefully, to you all watching as well, as we all build and learn together. Now, when we look at Kaspa right now, I also mentioned in regards to price action yesterday, we want to see Kaspa end its trading day above this support zone, above 5.55.6 cents, which we did see despite Kaspa's incredible value of 12% earlier from the bottom zone here going into the support band. It did not hold that and came below. So by and large, again, depending on Bitcoin trajectory, Kaspa could have very well started trading and between the zone coming back down to the upper support here of 5.1, or do the inverse and follow Bitcoin like it has been doing today, currently up 4.22% and is now within the support band here. So if, and the likelihood hopefully, that Kaspa ends its trading day today in the next hour or two between the support band, then that's a good indicator that Kaspa is going to start trading and trying to regain and surpass the critical zones around 6.1 cents, and then hopefully make a push towards 7 cents. Now, if we look at the order book, shout out to Kaspa Lens who made this website here. You look at the order book right now, and you can kind of see the general data in regards to what a lot of the buying and selling positions and levels are for Kaspa right now. For our chart right here, we can see we've got a massive sell wall right here, which is in and around 6 cents. So understandably, reaching 6 cents is going to be difficult, which we should be expecting anyways. And you can see here more sell walls. It looks like a lot more massive sell walls and therefore more sell pressure, if you will, for Kaspa. You've got one at 6, one at 6.2, 6.3, going pretty much all the way up incrementally. I do think that the whole entire level between 6 and 7 cents is going to be a difficult one because 7 cents is so incredibly important. I mentioned it in the video I just posted about 7 cents is not just the bottom support band of this asymmetric triangle pattern, one that is, I think, a very, very strong one, something that Krypton is highlighting time and time again as well. It's not just this very important level for that. It's also a level that would put Kaspa as one of the few assets that would actually manage to remove all the negative price action after October 10th. October 10th took place here, this long liquidation right here. Kaspa was valued at around 7.3 cents. And since then, Kaspa has not even been able to regain 7 cents. So regaining 7 cents would mean that Kaspa will become one of the small number of assets, at least that I've looked into, and ones that are on my radar as well, that actually have managed to regain and remove all that negative price action after what was the worst day for crypto. Which again is a big deal. That's a massive psychological win for Kaspa holders. If you can manage to, you can look at other assets. Look at Sui right now. This is October 10th for Sui. It was like $3.40. It's down what, 50% or so from there? Ridiculous. That's suey. You can look at Idira HBAR. It's got an ETF fund just come through now. That Vanguard are now getting into there. Even Idira HBAR, they're down 30%. Look at Algorand. Algorand down 35% from that as well. And again, this is me nitpicking. You could pick other ones. Tau, of course, is one that actually did do very, very well. It's currently down about 15%, but it was one of the few assets, actually one of the only assets that actually rallied straight away off that liquidation. So Tau's had its time already. I think it'll come back as well. Virtuous is doing very well, down just a little bit. And it's already had that run as well. Again, no surprise for me. Quant's also doing quite well. No surprise for me again as well. Ondu, another one that also understandably is a strong asset, but equally down 40%. So the premise is you're looking at all these assets right now that have all struggled a lot and have not got anywhere close, some of them, to regaining the price they lost after October 10th. But then you look at Kaspa right now. Kaspa right now is down about 22%. Comparatively, it's nowhere near as much. And that's why I think 7 cents is a massive zone that we can hopefully regain. But it's a big psychological warfare between the buyers and sellers if we can regain that zone, putting us within this asymmetric triangle while also letting Kaspa being one of the few assets that can actually remove all that negativity and that price action. And for me, that could be a good indication of, I wouldn't say a breakout and therefore only up, if you will, from here. But I do believe that if we were able to regain 7 cents, it would be a reassuring move for the price action that would let us Kaspa holders know that, more indefinitely now, that Kaspa is not going to fall off. It's going to continue in the long run going up, and it's going to be one that survives because we have enough conviction to keep it up as well. So I'm hopeful that happens. I think we can make a move in the next, because even though this is the order book right now, it's not going to tell at that every single day. If Kaspa makes significant gains today and manages to knock out a few of these zones, Kaspa can stay within this zone today and the trading day between 5.5 to 6 cents. That'd be good. If Bitcoin continues to show its bullish momentum, goes up to 100k, then Kaspa will start moving again, hopefully trying to rally above 6 cents, which would be equally very good. 7 cents is just a hop, skip, and a jump upwards. And then we would see, again, if Kaspa can manage to push above that or not. Now, what would help us push above that will very much depend on the developments, such as the fact that Kaspa's got even more awareness now coming to it, thanks to the likes of public nodes that we have now surpassed a major milestone. Shout out to Erica for posting this in our Discord server as well. Kaspa surpassing 1,000 nodes is huge news indeed, and it's just the beginning. We're going to see a lot more coming through. I think it's already up to 1,015, so it's still rallying quite quickly, so that's great to see for Kaspa. And I imagine there's going to be a lot more private nodes as well. But this is a big deal because it means that those, whether you'd be a retail, institutional investor, or just someone who wants to invest in regards to help funding the Kaspa devs, you look at this, you look at the public nodes and you realize that this is growing. So the adoption is growing, and therefore those who are helping in the decentralization of Kaspa, maintaining a network, is also growing as well. That is a reassuring thing to see. So that in itself is good. But what is also very, very good is a new listing that will be coming out this month, seemingly. New month, HTX posted new month, new moves, which crypto rise high this month. You got all of these weird assets, obviously some of them referring to meme coin stuff. I mean, understand a lot of meme coins. You got Moodang there. You got Toshi, I believe that is. So on and so. But the one that, of course, we are very interested about, and you can see if you pay close attention in this corner right here, it's Kaspa right there. So HTX now have confirmed Johnny and KEF's little leak from 2 days ago, which is they are willing to list Kaspa once, of course, KEF gives them the fees that they are requiring, which apparently is nowhere near as bad as Binance is. So KEF are willing to pay them to list Kaspa, which, they're not the biggest exchange. They're not number one. They're not Binance, OKX, or Coinbase, but they are a big exchange. Top 10. 5.4 billion 24-hour trading volume, 5.3 million weekly visits. That will help Kaspa's volume, helping more adoption to the project, which will inevitably help. I do think, as you would see with any exchange, especially once you're paying, you'll see by the rumors on the news a pump and a dump. But that listing alone could be enough to help Kaspa get above 7. And then depending on developments, you can hopefully then see Kaspa hold above 7, but it depends. I'll be honest, I think holding above 7 would be fantastic, but it might be a bit of an ask. I think you might see Kaspa regain or start to close in on 7 cents, probably struggle to break above that, given the fact that you might see further headwinds from Bitcoin and from the macroeconomics. Calling capital come back down here, but I think Kaspa will ultimately hold strong. Is this the bottom for Kaspa? Absolutely, at 3.6. We can't confirm that. I think it's definite that Kaspa got more bullish momentum going on right now. I think it's definitely a bottom for Kaspa, but we'll keep analysing it as time goes on. I think for the next week or so, we probably see Kaspa make some more moves upwards, trying to close on 7 cents, and then we'll see if we can hold above that or not. Now, in some other news, real quickly as well, we also then want to get into this video that I'm going to shamelessly, but blessed and thankfully take from Cat Daddy Crypto, who shamelessly and also happily took it from Crypto Pumps. So shout out to both of those two and everyone else who does their due diligence and their hard work within Kaspa here. But this video is going to just take a segment here where you're hearing the interview that took place in this AMA, which the same AMA that I posted about in my video, the same AMA where you heard Johnny mention about HTX listing, this one here. In the same AMA, he also gave other information that I must have just missed somehow, be it as it may. But in this AMA, he basically seemed to explain that Binance are actually worried about the little joke but conviction that we have to delete our accounts. We'll listen more about it and understand more to what he's saying. Listen very closely here.
I'm just going to play you this small clip here and take a listen.
Smaller exchanges, that is partly the reason. The thing is, I mean, I can do like a 40 minutes talk on why tier ones are reluctant or what are the major resistance there. But you know, just to be concise, they don't feel that they get enough interest, given the fact that a lot of the Kaspa community members might already be the users of Coinbase or Binance, and that's why actually that's quite interesting. Like sarcastically, you know, when there is this delete your accounts and Binance movement by the community, it actually works. Like Binance people probably message us by saying, hey, can you help control the situation? And we're like, look, we have no control over either Mr. Y or the naturally formed, the spontaneous Kaspa community. We cannot help with that. But back.
So June.
So to cut off Cat Daddy hits my own take on it, Junie from the KEF basically stated that after Sompolinsky made that post, that massive middle finger to Binance saying, thank you for the award, but I'm not coming because you guys have failed and have deviated from the proper listing practices. You have ignored Kaspa time and time again, and I don't think it's right. He stood up for us. Some might call that unwise because get a listing, get the publicity, but I actually think it's the right thing to do. Stand by your morals. And evidently, I mean, after that, you saw a lot of people start to boycott Binance. I'm sure the whole hashtag boycott Binance starting to deactivate and delist and delete your accounts while also providing reasons as to why, which is because you don't list Kaspa. According to Johnny there, should you take his word for it, which I choose to, he stated that Binance apparently approached the KF and said, can you stop these Caspians from boycotting us and basically also railing Sompolinsky, which of course he can't. KEF is not Kaspa. They are a third-party entity leveraging the Kaspa ecosystem, the Kaspa community, the Kaspa protocol to, you know, kind of make a business out of it. But they are not Kaspa. They've helped Kaspa. They are the reason predominantly, or I would say they are the reason that Kaspa went to tokenize London and a lot of other events as well. They are an integral part to Kaspa. They are very helpful. Kaspa does not need the KEF, but they are added benefit to that. The KF are not Kaspa. They cannot, because we are a decentralized ecosystem, they cannot control what we and don't do because they can't, it's centralized, and they can't control what Sompolinsky doesn't do either. But the fact that Binance was approaching KF Johnny and saying, can you stop these guys from doing it, please? For me, it's hilarious. It's very, very funny. So after replaying that back and realizing that situation, that Binance are actively worried about it, and it makes you think as well, you know, a bit of a tangent, I apologize, but it makes you think, it sounds almost too good to be true and maybe even wrong. Because you think about it, while we are the strongest community in this space, in my belief, we're still a bubble, small. We're convicted, we are very strong, we're very knowledgeable, we're not a big community. So it makes you think, how on earth could a small portion, I mean, you look at Binance right now. You look at Binance. Binance got 18 billion 24-hour trading volume with 10.8, 11 million weekly visits, and that's not even during peak season. I know Kaspa's community is big and strong. I don't think it's enough to cause significant impact. I don't know, maybe I'm ignorant in that regard, but I've struggled to perceive how the Caspians cause that much impact to Binance. But according to Johnny here, apparently we do. You've seen people boycott Binance, and now, shout out to Kryptoni for posting this in my Freedical server as well, we started boycotting them again. I think today alone we've had like 5 or 6 different users who have showcased proof of them deactivating their accounts, listing the reason why, because you don't list Kaspa. And if Jenny is right here, that's what you've got to do to get the attention of Binance and Coinbase. Because apparently what they want to see, or the reason why they are not so willing to list, because they don't think they'll get many new users, because many Caspians already have Binance. So if we haven't got Binance anymore, them listing Kaspa would therefore incentivize us to get it back again. Now, I don't know if I personally would, but hey ho. I know it would definitely bring more recognition to other people. It would definitely bring a lot. I mean, again, when I was at Tokenized London just yesterday, the amount of people I actually spoke to who either didn't know about Kaspa or heard about it, but that when they heard about it or they didn't hear about it, one of the first questions they always asked is it on Binance? No, of course it's not. It's always a very funny story. I literally said every single time, it's a funny story actually, but there's a big, beef history, if you will, between Caspians and Binance with the founder himself, Son Polinsky. It's quite a legendary story actually. When they were listed, we don't know, but seemingly boycotting Binance seems to work to an extent. Again, if Johnny is being wholehearted in his truth in that regard, and I do think he is. Now, whether you want to boycott Binance yourself is up to you. I don't actually have the Binance account, not anymore. I also boycotted them, but I did it prior to the whole Kaspa stuff because I realized that I just didn't choose it. I mean, they're better exchanges. I prefer Kraken, prefer MXE, if I'm honest. And that's crazy to say as well, but I do. I find Binance, while the biggest exchange, I find the practices of them, and it's not my cup of tea. I mean, actually, I prefer BYDFI, my affiliate exchange, of course. Hence why I'm working with them. I think they've got a very good UI, a very good platform there. So you can definitely go check them out. Check out my affiliate links where you get many benefits by using BYDFI. But I thought that was very, very interesting. So in regards to the title of the stream, the listing drama, HTX are officially listing Kaspa, and seemingly they're doing so this month, which is fantastic. And apparently boycotting Binance works, and that could bring more recognition and attention to Kaspa, potentially speeding up a listing process. Who knows? Of course, time will tell. But that's great stuff to see all in all. And we already looked at the order book here, but to talk on something else on Kaspa Lens here as well, which I just didn't realize was even a thing. I think they added it quite recently. If you scroll all the way down here, you look at the top wallets as well. You can see the moves they made in the last 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, yada, yada, yada. Here you can see how much they've added here. And you can see Entity X here, total inflows of 1.25 billion in Kaspa. You saw a big inflow recently, coming here of 33 million Kaspa as well yesterday from Bybit. But what this website, this Kaspa Lens, used to always use Kasfi, KAS.FYI. Then I started using, I think it was Kaspa Stream or something like that, and that's what I showcased in the video I made. I think it's equally quite a good UI, quite a good website. Right now, I'm starting to think Kaspa Lens might be my preferred one, because alongside having the order books and everything else, it also has something that I've been wanting to find for a long time, which is the average entry price. So we can now see from this wallet one with over 1.2 billion in Kaspa, their average price of Kaspa is about 10 cents, which also therefore lets us know 10 cents will probably be a very, very strong level of resistance. Very strong one. And then should we flip that and hold that comfortably, could end up becoming a very strong level of support. So that's good to know as well. And it's not by any means downplaying Kaspi or Kaspa Stream, those who have done the work on that. Shout out to you, you've done a great job for Kaspa, but I like what Kaspa Lens is doing here. And this is also, want to see more of it. The more building, the more websites like this is just going to help bring more recognition to Kaspa and make things a lot easier for those of us who are trying to find more information. So now we can see what Wallet One's doing. We can even see here, haven't gone to a Kaspalytics either to just find this as well. You can see their inflow history as well. They started buying back down here early March 2024, like I've been saying for a long time, and I've been buying continuously every single since, just buying aggressively, more so recently as well. So this is really cool stuff to see all in all. And with that being said, let me get some questions real quickly, and then we'll get back into some more content We have Dimitar saying, my friend, this tablet will help you. Oh, I think you're saying like you got tablets, like the rosemary oil. Okay. I mean, I have tried other methods to prevent hair loss. I haven't been successful. I'm owning it, but at the same time, I'll go turkey when I need to. But I'm owning it. Wearing a hat is how I'm owning it. Welcome back, Kryptoni Bro. You're doing very, very well. And you too, Greza. Damn it, I'm late. Not getting notifications. I really don't get why it happens. I don't. YouTube is so funny sometimes because I do remember, way back in the day when I was with other channels when I was posting frequently, that if you made more than 3 posts in a 24-hour time span, it stopped providing notifications. But I haven't for Kaspa, unless it considers community posts as a notification worthy one. It might do. In that case, then maybe I have done over 3 because I did a live stream yesterday, followed by reposting the video, reposting the live stream even. That's 2. And then I posted a video today alongside community posts. That's 4 in 24 hours. So that might be why. Either way, turning on the post notification bell is the best way to get a notification. If not, definitely tune in to the Discord server. I'm not the best at it, but I do normally give updates on when I'm trying to go live. And if not, more often than not, I'll be going live between the hours of 8 p.m. BST to 11 BST. If it's any earlier, I'll let people know. Tomorrow might be later again because tomorrow I'm going to be working, doing other means, which I don't think is going to be similar to where I was at yesterday in Token Island, London. But I think it's going to end at about 10, so I won't get back till probably midnight again. So it might be another late night stream, which went down a treat, yesterday. So maybe I'll do it again and do it again. I said it was going to be a short stream yesterday. It ended up being a whole hour anyways. Tomorrow, if I do a stream, it will be a short one. But either way, there'll be a video out, a Kaspa video out tomorrow morning or tomorrow midday-ish. And I'll make other non-Kaspa related content probably the day afterwards. Watch it if you choose to. But either way, welcome back, guys. I should do very, very well. Good evening to you, brother, and you too, Dan, and you too, Tim Umi. The Tim Umi. Welcome back. I'm gonna Google Translate that because I am not, unfortunately, bilingual. I do plan to be one day. I have got intentions to start learning another language. I'm not sure which one I've decided right now. But right now, unfortunately, I am very boring and only know one language. Can't be heard. Interesting. Well, maybe that's on your side, brother, or maybe you're saying you can't understand it. I'm not sure because I can see the mic's working. I haven't had any other follow-ups just yet. Haven't had anyone spamming me as well. So apologies if you can't hear it. Hopefully it's fixed. It's on do, not on due, fellow Brit here. Fair enough. I mean, at this point, I can't just say anything. On do, on due. Potato, right? On do finance. I'll try to make that known for the future preference as well, future reference. On do, yeah, I know. Ondo. Oh, ondo. It's ondo. So it's not on do, it's ondo. Okay, ondo. Right. Apologies. I'll call it ondo from this point forward. Thank you very much, Erica, once again, and welcome back. You're doing very, very well. Welcome back, Sunday Speaker. Hey, it was nice meeting you at the event, Token of London. I mean, I'll be honest, I can't pinpoint that tag name to who you were, but I can say with confidence, everyone I met there was super friendly and I loved everybody there. So I appreciate you for tuning in. The words of confidence I had from people there was fantastic. So thank you very much for your kind words, and it was a pleasure to meet everybody there, you included. Even though I don't exactly know who you are, I'm sure I will. In fact, you could probably point out to the picture if you went to Wolfie's after party. It's a little ongoing joke now, unfortunately, but despite me being there, and there's a lot of proof of me being at Wolfie's bar, there's pictures of me being at Wolfie's bar, and equally there's proof of me being at the Token of London event. I did not stay long enough to partake in this legendary photo right here with all the legends on screen right now. I left it, I think, half an hour too early. So I asked to be cropped in here. Shout out to Full Face Kaspa for this, helping me for a part of the family once again. But yeah, I mean, great time all in all. Welcome back, GoSuper. You did very, very well. And you too, LB, on the check-in. Octopus. Binance listed the Trump and Melina scams the day they were launched. That's how deep the criminality these crypto exchanges are. Kaspa should stay away from Binance. Retail is leaving crypto because of CZ and Binance need to go. I don't think retail's leaving because of Binance and CZ. Retail are leaving because they don't understand macroeconomics and they think this 4-year cycle to come to an end. Binance have not helped in any capacity, really. And especially because they're now listing rubbish projects, it makes it feel like it's more scammy than actual, future of finance that crypto is meant to be, effectively. So I don't think Binance are helping in that regard. That's what some politically said as well, that Binance aren't helping in the original mission of Bitcoin and crypto. Now, should Kaspa stay away? Yes and no. Kaspa doesn't need Binance. Sounds weird to say that because Binance is a big exchange and it gives a lot of exposure. So in that regard, we do need Binance, but at the same time, it's a tough one for me to articulate because Binance would be great for Kaspa, no doubt about it. Bringing more exposure, a lot of people who are just simply only on Binance because they don't want to use anything else, they'll buy Kaspa on that. That for much me is very evident. It'd be beneficial for Kaspa, no doubt, cause a big pump, a lot more confidence. The problem is, at least for most of us, we understand that Binance has, lost its way, and it's again, like you say, these criminal, corrupt exchanges. They don't care about legit projects. Like what Kraken did. Kraken launched Kaspa for free. And that's what you should expect from real exchanges. They cared. They took that initiative and they've benefited a lot from that because the KRI are telling their enterprise clients, SGCC, PwC, Shell, DHL, Hyundai, Lemon Bush Capital, all these big institutions who have big connections, they're telling them to go to Kraken to buy it because Kraken offers it and they're a good platform. Binance are another story. We'll have to wait and see what happens from it. If Binance are worried about us boycotting them, let them. We'll continue doing it until they fix the errors of their ways. But retail leaving, I don't think, is an issue of Binance. It's probably an additive problem to it, but it's not an issue of Binance. It's just, again, the general market. I mean, Binance had their own failures this cycle already with liquidation issues and whatnot. That historic crash, Binance was also at fault for that, in part of that. So, yeah. Binance would be good for Kaspa, but when is the ultimate question? I also, in part, don't care. We'll get it when we get it. I think what's more important is the adoption we get with Kaspa attending these events like Tokenized London, events in other regions of the world, like there was one in Berlin not too long ago as well in September that I was not able to go to, but that also apparently was epic as well. So as like Kaspa gets more adoption, you get these hedge funds, other people that I had a chance to talk to yesterday who would also, turn up and want to learn more about Kaspa as well. The community is strong. Every single booth that you go to, I made a post about it as well. Every single post, every single booth that Kaspa is a part of, every single event they go to, apparently is a very, very common factor. No matter where you go, Kaspa looks busy. And this might seem like, nitpicking at a moment when it was a lull. No, I mean, again, trust me, Boa, but I can speak from experience while being there. This Bank of London didn't have anything really about it. Centralized, no one was circling it. It was front. This here is the entrance, front and center. No one really went there. But look at Kaspa. Someone just jump packed in the middle, jam packed, and there's my beautiful self there as well, jam packed. And that's a continuous theme, time and time again. Continuous theme where these are a lot of the people right here are Caspians, but because of this condensed population, you saw so many others, external people who wanted to understand why it was so busy, what is it about? And then speaking to people, myself, people who also were doing their part as Caspians, be it Kaspa Onion, be it Lavendi, be it Red Pill, be it Twix, everybody there who did their part explaining Kaspa, Wolfie, Chris and Tom Hutchinson, everyone there, honestly, legends, a lot of them, and can't wait to see more of them in the future and see Kaspa continue to grow in its adoption as well. That's what's important right now, the adoption that will help in the regards to building up Kaspa's foundation, to help in regards to bringing more volume, more investment into Kaspa that will help therefore build up the foundation more so towards building the 100 BPS, the VProgs, the Dagnite, the Mev Oracles, Zeg Hop codes, and the rest. Welcome back, Beachy Cow. Love your work, Jay. Watching from Australia. I appreciate you because in my understanding Australia time zone, you are either extreme. I think you're extremely early right now. I know back in the day when I used to stream, someone who has not been present for a long time, which is a shame. I love the fellow Leroy. He was also one of my mods one time ago. Leroy, when I used to go live, he used to tell me it was like 1 a.m. there. So it's extremely, extremely early. So the fact that you're tuning in, watching, I appreciate you, brother. No matter the time zone, thank you very much for your support. I honestly appreciate it so much. Welcome, Danny. Thoughts on Cradun? I'll look at it right now. I'm not well versed with the asset. Not something that's been on my radar at least. Don't see this on CMC. Not at all what it is. Is it on CoinGecko? Have a look on CoinGecko real quick. Cradun. I do not see. I have no idea what this asset is in question. I'm then focusing. It's probably a really, really small asset that has very little lifespan. Cradun is a scam. See what I mean, Jay? This place is riddled with scammers. Okay, fair enough. Again, I have no idea what it is. So stay clear of it. Therefore, I've looked on CoinGecko, look on CMC, there's nothing there. And I'm fully aware of this octopus. This space is ridiculed with scammers. That's not a Binance issue. That's just a general thing. No matter where you go, there will be scammers. Hell, I get phone calls 5 times a day from scam centers. You know, they all try different means to try and get my attention. Everyone I hear, I block them, but they don't stop. They don't stop. No matter where you go, you'll hear scammers. It's not a crypto issue. It's a human issue because people just don't have the morals or the decency to just do things the right way. You know, you can't say anything about that. You've got to make sure to remain logical, don't be emotional, take the initiative, and keep your wits about you to not fall victim to those trying to take advantage of you. Don't need Binance Kaspa with the best performance in 2023 in the bear market because people knew the potential. Binance and Coinbase I stand corrected, introduced futures, and it went rubbish afterwards. I mean, yes, you're correct that Binance launched futures around the top here, and then Coinbase did so a little bit more recently. I think it was around here. I think the Binance future did play a big part into it. I don't think Coinbase futures played as much of a part into Kaspa's downfall because Kaspa's already in a downtrend by that point, and the macroeconomic conditions have just been so bad that Kaspa's not been able to hold any foundation solidly. I do agree, Kaspa did very well without Binance, but I'm also in the understanding that Binance would be a boon to Kaspa in the situation that Binance launches without being paid. Because right now they have futures, they don't care about Kaspa. Therefore, they can short it and make money from Kaspa. If they did what Kraken did, launching it for free, if you're spending money out of your own pocket to list an asset, it's not going to be the same exact scenario. Every single asset Binance lists, it pumps and it dumps because they're being paid for the listing. They don't care about this project doing well in the long run. They've made their money from it. That's their business model right now, to make money in the short term. They haven't got any longevity, long-term views. If they were to spend money out of their own pocket to buy Kaspa, they have to change that narrative. They can't think, oh yeah, if Kaspa pumps and dumps, we don't care. They've just spent millions, X amount of money to list Kaspa. So what you want to see in the best case scenario is Binance buy Kaspa themselves and list the project. That means you've got the biggest exchange in the world exposing Kaspa, bringing more attention and adoption to Kaspa, which is great, and that will cause a FOMO candle. And Binance also will do what they can do to keep the project up because they don't want to be in a net negative. So I agree we didn't need Binance back here. And I do agree with the general sentiment as well that we don't probably need Binance, but I also come to the understanding that having Binance wouldn't be a bad thing. The Binance futures is a bad thing, but having Binance as a spot listing wouldn't be a bad thing. It would be a boon. Every single bit of listings exposure, HTX, there's a lot of FUD around HTX and their activities in regards to how they conduct their business as well, especially the CEO behind it as well. But more exposure is good. HTX, OKX, Coinbase, Binance, Crypto.com, Gemini, Kraken, all these big exchanges that have already listed or planning to list Kaspa would be good. It's just understanding again the risk that one takes by buying on an exchange, but more importantly, leaving it on an exchange. That's why you should have a Tangent wallet or a one key or ledger or just some form of cold storage, or at the very least put it in a Casware, Castle, just something that is not exchange related. And then, of course, in regards to leverage, of course, I mean, you guys know me, and girls, you all know me, that I do partake in trading. Shout out to, of course, the VIPs of my community who are also partaking in it, where we're making gains through trading. 2 weeks ago, we made 1,000% in just 1 week, and then this week just gone. I'm going to be posting an update on my Twitter, hopefully later today, if not tomorrow, which I think we also made well over 500% gains as well. We had a very good week again. Some losses, but ultimately just a lot of wins as well. So if you want to find out more, leverage trading also very, very risky, so make sure you do so at your discretion and do your own research in that regard. But we also do that stuff in my VIP, be it trades, be it alpha documentation, be it educational sources, and so much more. You can transform your skills right here. Leverage and utilize the 7-day free trials that we offer there, the 1 month free trial with our affiliate exchange BYDFI, and much more as well that you get from BYDFI as well. All information are below in the description, and also in my free Discord server. Check out the VIP right here, because we also found another massive scoop today that I posted on Twitter. This is so big here. Another one of my premium insights, as or my sources, as Codswallop and Mr. Moss to troll at me about my sources. Proof once more about how far ahead our community, but more importantly my VIPs, have been in regards to everybody else in the retail market. I'm sure you remember me talking about Sigden Bank back in October time. I told my VIPs about Sigden Bank's cycle extension theory in August, if not even a little bit earlier. I was hinting about it earlier, and I had actual documentation to prove that in August. We're now in December. Almost half a year now, we have been talking about a cycle extension theory, and of course, those who've been watching Plan K's videos also know about the fourth turning, about how we're also at this, extension of natural liquidity. This here from Grayscale now. Fading the 4-year cycle. Bitcoin supply follows the 4-year halving cycle, and large cyclical drawdowns in price have historically occurred once every 4 years. As a result, there's an impression among many market participants that Bitcoin's price will also follow a 4-year cycle after 3 years of appreciation. This thesis means price is scheduled to fall . Hello? Hello? My mic says it's working on Streamlabs. Is it all good now? Hello? Hello? My mic's not off. My mic is literally on. I can see the dials moving. Is it fixed? Anybody can confirm? 1 meaning it's working, or no? Yeah, I can see it's not working. Well, apparently. I'm booked. Okay, I'm back. Okay, good. Apologies, you hear a lot of hello. Don't know why that happened, because I can see on my OBS that my mic was working the whole time, so I don't know why it didn't catch in the recording. Either way, where was I? Thank you very much, my family. So yes, Grayscale here, basically just saying the 4-year cycle is no longer a thing, and the cycle is extending. Now, those who've been following me for a while, even those who've been a part of the VIP, Tony, Joking, and the rest who have also been joining recently as well, we have been knowing this from Sigden Bank, one of the biggest banks in Switzerland, from Bitwise, one of the biggest Wall Street institutions as well, from SwiftX, and equally we heard from, I think it was earlier last week. Who did we hear it from? I'm just checking my community again. I think I posted about it as well, though. It was from BitGet Exchange, big exchange as well, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, who republished a Forbes article. So we've now heard it from 6 different sources now, a lot more recently, about a cycle extension. And we, my VIPs, we knew about this half a year ago. And there'll be people, of course, that will call us lucky for holding on, for keeping our conviction strong. It's not lucky. It's education, it's research. And again, it's why it's so important to just don't stop learning, to maximize what you know in this market. Don't be emotional, be logical, and keep doing your own research. So again, family, if you want to stay ahead of the rest of the retail market and just stay ahead of the game, catching these trends before they happen, then check out the VIP, benefit from everything going on in there, alongside, again, making gains through trading and so much more. Alpha documentation, educational sources, trade alerts, weekly live streams, and much more coming as well. There also some picks, as I mentioned in the video I posted, coincidentally. Should Kaspa make a return to 7 cents? A lot of the, as you just saw, as I mentioned, quite a few minutes back now, most assets have not made a recovery since October 1st, or since October 10th even, since that liquidation, that crypto crash. Funnily enough, a lot of the ones that are on my radar that I've highlighted about, they actually have made a recovery already, which is surprising. Not really. Again, it's assets that I have looked into, that I've done my research about, because I think they're ones that have good potential going forward. So again, if you want to find out more, be it crypto gem picks as well, check out that VIP, all linked down below in the description. And again, leverage the free trials available 1 month through BYDFI. If you follow the steps in our free Discord server, 7 days, just click on the link alone, and much more. All in that information down below in the description. Or at the very least, check out the free Discord server as well, so you can find out a lot more free of charge and just keep up to date with everything crypto and Kaspa related. Also, links are on my homepage right here as well. Now, that being said, thank you all for the words of warning about the mic. Don't know why it went out of no reason, because I didn't do anything, but hey. Getting some more questions real quickly. Kudos to Kraken, 100%. Kraken for me is the best exchange, not just because I like their UI and how they go about it, although unfortunately Christian W did have some bad terms with them because he leveraged his Kaspa as collateral on the Kraken exchange and lost it all. But Kraken as a platform, I think, is very, very good, and the fact they let it Kaspa free is also a good sign of their conviction and belief in the project. So kudos to Kraken, definitely. I'm back now. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much, family, for all of that. How is your mum doing, by the way? Thank you very much for asking. Yeah, my mum is doing much better now. Still a migration period, as you'd like to believe, after going through something that she did go through, trying to kind of get her head around it all. It's not easy by any means, but she's doing better now, which is great. So the fact that she's home now, at least she's safer. I don't like hospitals. I don't think anybody likes hospitals. I think you're not really wanting to like hospitals by any means, but either way, thank you very much for asking. She's doing a lot better. Hopefully it stays that way. Indefinitely, of course, we all want to believe that happening. But yes, to make a short recap, therefore, Kaspa's doing a lot better. I think we do end today within this support band here between 5.5 to 6 cents, which therefore means we'll likely see Kaspa make a move again, hopefully touching this upper band up here, this resistance band here. And given what's going to come out in the next week with rate cuts, with more regulatory developments, with Vanguard issuing more ETF finance and whatnot, and more investors coming in, you see Bitcoin likely rise to 100k in my belief. Of course, not financial advice, and that could hopefully make Kaspa rally up to 7 cents, which would be a critical zone and also a massive psychological zone for Kaspa as well. Will it break through or not? Well, we like to believe it can do. Time will tell, of course. I think the listing of HTX this month could be a big boost for that. And then equally, the belief cycle is going to extend could also help that in that regard. Other developments as well, and also boycotting Binance could also add further fuel to the flames, if you will, fanning the flames, to bring more confidence back to this project and let the price rally as a result of it. I do think more pullbacks are inevitable, as anything you can't always expect. Up. But I like to think you could probably see more action like this, seeing where Bitcoin goes, of course, and Kaspa hopefully holding a high level of support after the recent burst of energy we've seen with Kaspa recently. The tailwinds that have let Kaspa go up higher. And just knowing that we are currently in a very fortuitous position with rate cuts coming through next week. To make a final update though, Beck, I know, not Kaspa, shoot me. Beck apparently is expanding its compliance stack with Hypernative Labs here, one of the most advanced real-time threat detections and AML monitoring platforms in Web3. So also apparently with AI-driven modeling, on-chain, off-chain telemetry and proactive exploit prevention across over 60 chains. Point being is another partnership coming to Quebec. They're expanding more, so they've done quite a lot recently, actually, to my knowledge. They had one with Bloomberg not too long ago. NatsPay, they've been doing a lot more into the partnerships right now, so they're expanding, which I think again is going to help with its adoption and hopefully actually going forward as well. They're also sponsoring NHL and NBA games. I think they did that last month as well. So again, the Quebec one that has been on my radar. So it's good to see that all in all. Hopefully it continues and that helps going forward as well. And of course, the golden dream, which I know Kryptonia agrees with as well, is the bet goes on Kaspa. It would be fantastic. But that's, of course, a distant future. Or maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. I know Okta has already made its move, so hopefully see that very, very soon. But there is some exciting stuff coming through very soon, no doubt. I've got my eyes on stuff like Kaspa, Zebek, Tau. I think Tau's got something cooking in it as well. Of course, AI native as well is doing something that I'm looking into. Currently up 6.34% right now. I think Tau's got something big coming from what I'm aware of. Of course, we'll have to wait and see. Time will tell. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, family. Once as always, blah blah blah. Cryptocurrencies cannot make partnerships or sponsor things. Yeah, I agree. It's the company behind that, but either way, it's a good development for them that could help in its adoption exposure going forward. How big is HTX? I think they've 50 million sign up. I'm not sure how much that has been paid for HTX for Kaspa. I'm not sure how much the payment was, and that's how the size of the exchange itself. But yeah, it's still a big exchange that will help doing more developments as well. And I know you are, Kryptoni. You and Mr. Mars have been a pain in my side recently, but I appreciate you both. So thank you very much for tuning in, doing what you do, keeping things light and joyful. But that being said, family, that does conclude today's Kaspa and crypto live stream. If you enjoy, please leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more, turn on that post notification bell so hopefully you are informed when I am going live. That being said, family, if you want to find out more information, check out the free Discord server, the affiliate exchange to BYDFI, Twitter as well. I also plan to start using TikTok because apparently it's a big thing, so I'm going to start expanding onto that. Try and use LinkedIn as well. And to try and get Facebook working, I've got a lot of stuff to do, honestly. I've got a lot of stuff to check off. But more importantly, as always, again, check out the VIP. Cannot attest to it enough, the information we've got going in there. People who have been a part of it, who have taken the time to learn what's going on in there, who have taken the time to learn about Kaspa as well, they have made so much more in regards to gains, in regards to knowledge, and just become a much more better investor as a whole of it. I know people in there, in regards to Kaspa as well, they have lowered their average of Kaspa up from 15 down to like 6 cents now, finding the right time to DCA as well. So again, all information you can find out, tune in, learn a lot more on the VIP, links down below in the description. But that being said, family, as always, thank you for watching in, take care, have a great day, good evening, and good night. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care now.